So as you guys can see, Governor Wes Moore, governor of Maryland, just like many other states, just like many other countries globally, worldwide, is bringing in more database centers to the state of Maryland. And shout out to the Baltimore Banner for bringing this to my awareness, because I was not aware that Maryland already has 41 data centers and 3 more currently being built. Now, when I seen this Instagram post by the Baltimore Banner, I instantly already knew where this was going. This is connected to the AI StarGate project. And when I went in the comments, I didn't see not one person mention the AI StarGate project. You see, you need to understand that Governor Wes Moore is a PrinceHall Freemason, which is a secret society predominantly for black men. And PrinceHall Freemasonry is connected to Freemasonry. Okay, so when you understand that connection and you understand the background of these so-called secret societies, PrinceHall Freemasonry, Freemasonry, then you're going to understand that Governor Wes Moore is only doing what he is supposed to do. Governor Wes Moore is a puppet for the so-called elite that is running us all. And these database centers are digital prisons for us to make sure that they can track us 24/7, to know what we're thinking, to know where we're at, to know what we're doing. Okay? So let's talk about the AI StarGate project. The AI StarGate project is a $500 billion project to build artificial intelligence infrastructures all across America. Okay, this project involves companies such as OpenAI, Oracle, and SoftBank. Now, we're going to focus on Oracle because I know the most about Oracle. Oracle is involved in tracking and monitoring data of individuals worldwide via surveillance technology. Now, you must take a look at Oracle's owner named Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison has said, and I quote, "Citizens will be on their best behavior because we are constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on." So yes,
the police will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording, watching and recording everything that's going on. Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on.
Mr. Larry Ellison is the man who was helping Donald Trump bring in the surveillance state. This is the man who was standing next to Donald Trump saying that AI will help us solve medical issues such as cancer. Do you understand what I'm saying? Medical system. And AI will take over the medical system. This is the man. Okay. Now, I advise everyone to do your own research. Research Governor Wes Moore and understand that he's a PrinceHall Freemason and it's public information. I've done a whole video exposing PrinceHall Freemasonry and our government officials in Maryland that are part of these secret societies, fraternities, and sororities. Okay. More information on Larry Ellis. He is also involved in a joint venture deal with the United States of America for acquiring 80% stake of TikTok's U.S. operations. A new TikTok app will be created for U.S. citizens only. Larry Ellison's company, Oracle, will be tasked with managing and controlling U.S. TikTok user data. Okay? Excuse me for the noise in the back. I'm outside getting fresh air, getting the sun. And I live near a fire department, so you already know they popping off every day. Okay? And to add, Larry's son, with the backing of his father, bought Paramount Gobal, which gives him control over companies such as BET, CBS, Nickelodeon, MTV, Comedy Central, Showtime, and many more. He is also bidding to gain control over Warner Brothers Discovery, which would give him ownership over CNN. Okay, so Governor Wes Moore is bringing in database centers, which is connected to AI StarGate. And the purpose of AI StarGate is to build a surveillance state to moderate, to track, follow, listen to the citizens 24/7. And that's the moral of the story. Now, like I said in the beginning, do your own research and come to your own conclusions. But I'm telling you now, Governor Wes Moore is not on our side. And he just proved it once again. Donald Trump is not on your side. And he never was. Left, right, Republican versus Democrat, it's all the same thing. They're all shaking hands at the very top. It's called divide and conquer. Keep the slaves fighting amongst themselves so they never realize the common enemy. It's as simple as that. And we won't see what's happening until it's too late. Now, I'm going to let Larry speak for himself.
Securing schools, we think we can absolutely lock down schools so that dramatically reduce the case of anyone being on campus that doesn't belong on campus, and immediately alert, the second someone pulls out a gun, immediately alert, use AI cameras to immediately recognize that. But A, we keep everyone off campus that doesn't belong on campus. The police, another thing, body cameras. We completely redesigned body cameras. Our body cameras cost $70. Normal body camera costs, I don't know, $7,000. Our body cameras are simply lenses, two lenses attached to your vest, attached to the smartphone that you're wearing. And we actually take the video that the police officer is, by the way, and the camera's always on. You don't turn it on and off. And by the way you turn it on, you can't turn it on. I'm going to the bathroom. Oracle, I need 2 minutes to take a bathroom break, and we'll turn it off. The truth is, we don't really turn it off. What we do is we record it so no one can see it, but no one can get into that recording without a court order. So you get the privacy you requested, but a court order, if you get a court order, we will, judge, can order, I want to look at that, this so-called bathroom break. If there's something comes up, and plus, I'm going to lunch with my friends. Oracle, I need an hour for privacy with lunch with my friends. God bless. We won't listen in unless there's a court order. But it's interesting. But we transmit the video back to headquarters. So headquarters and AI is constantly monitoring the video. Remember this terrible case in Memphis where the 5 police officers basically beat to death another citizen in Memphis? Well, that can't happen because it would be on TV at headquarters. Everyone would see it. Your body cams will be transmitting that. The police will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording, watching and recording everything that's going on. Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on. And it's unimpeachable. The cars have cameras on them. I think we have a squad car here someplace. But those kind of applications using AI, if we can use AI, and we're using AI to monitor the video. So if that altercation that occurred in Memphis, the chief of police would be immediately notified. It's not people that are looking at those cameras, it's AI that's looking at the camera. No, you can't do this. It would be like a shooting. That's going to be an event that's immediately, an alarm's going to go off, it's going to be, and we're going to have supervision. In other words, every police officer is going to be supervised at all times. And the supervision will, and if there's a problem, AI will report the problem and report it to the appropriate person, whether it's the sheriff or the chief or whomever we need to take control of the situation. We have, same thing. We have drones. If there's something going on in a shopping center, and I'll stop. A drone goes out there, get there way faster than a police car. There's no reason for, by the way, high-speed chases. You shouldn't have high-speed chases between cars. You just have a drone follow the car. I mean, it's very, very simple. And the new generation of autonomous drones. Spotting forest fires. A drone spots the forest fire, And the drone then drops down and looks around to see if there's a human being near that heat plume, and someone else either had an unattended campfire that caught fire, or it's arson. We can detect all of that. That's all done autonomously with AI. All of these are AI applications. And so you think about the application business, and I'm just getting started. I mean, I'm sure you have other things to do in your life than just listen to me. But
when you come to government and what government's doing, there are artificial intelligence tools, and some of them I know that Oracle have developed around financial management for government. But also, tell us a bit about because you're right at the forefront of this revolution, what it means for what government should do in terms of its digital infrastructure, digital ID, data centers, and so on.
How do you take advantage of these incredible AI models? And the first thing a country needs to do is to unify all of their data so it can be consumed and used by the AI model. You have to take all of your healthcare data, your diagnostic data, your electronic health records, your genomic data. And in the Middle East, in the UAE, for example, they're incredibly rich in data. They have a lot of population data. The NHS in the UK has an incredible amount of population data, but it's fragmented. It's not easily accessible by these AI models. We have to take all of this data we have in our country and move it into a single, if you will, unified data platform. So we provide context. When we want to ask a question, we've provided that AI model with all the data they need to understand our country. So that's the big step. That's kind of the missing link. We need to unify all of the national data, put it into a database where it's easily consumable by the AI model, and then ask whatever question you like.
So you're really, through the use of this, you're revolutionizing the way government works, right? The services it provides, the way that it operates. What about things like financial management, procurement? How can AI help a government operate more efficiently, more effectively, give a more direct and better service to the citizen?
Well, we have these modern financial systems. So, countries can, and all. For example, the AI system will help you do that. But again, the secret is to get all of that data in one place. Without having the basic data, it cannot answer the question about your country. I think countries are very uncomfortable with keeping their data in other countries' data centers. So I think part of our essential infrastructure, just like airports obviously need to be in our country, or they're not terribly useful. Ports need to be in our country, and they're not terribly useful. Data centers, because of the privacy requirements around the data, need to be in our countries, or they're not terribly useful. They need to be in our countries, but they also need to be secure. And there are new technologies right now. This is the last year you will ever log on to an Oracle system with a password. Next, by the middle of this year, I'm quite certain you are Tony Blair. So how do I know? Well, I look at you, I hear your voice, I listen to the kind of questions you ask. I'm pretty sure you're not synthetically created in having this conversation. The security system, we have biometric logins. The computer recognizes you. It recognizes your voice. It might ask you to put your index finger on the return key. And we're absolutely certain it's you. There's no reason to enter a password. In fact, passwords are too easily stolen. The data centers and data is being taken hostage all over the world. The ransomware business is a very, very good business. It's getting bigger and better every year. We tend not to talk about it because the American FBI has a simple advice to someone whose data has been ransomed. Just pay them, because there's nothing we can do about it. But there is something we can do about it, not after the data is stolen, but before the data is stolen. We can make sure that we're using the latest security technology, and it is going to be biometrics. assisted by AI, to make sure that you are, in fact, Tony Blair, and I'm sure you are. Now, I would love to have lived to be 150 years old.
Well, there's an amazing opportunity to reimagine the state, the way that government functions, and the service that it can provide for its citizens.
So my first day back from having a nice life, it's my honor to welcome three of the world's leading technology CEOs. And in the case of Larry Ellison, it's well beyond technology. He's sort of CEO of everything. He's an amazing man, an amazing business person. But to announce the largest AI infrastructure project by far in history, and it's all taking place right here in America. As you know, there's great competition for AI and other things, and they're coming in at the highest level. We're joined by Oracle Executive Chairman Larry Ellison, SoftBank CEO, my friend Masa Yoshi-san, and CEO of OpenAI, and I would say by far the leading expert based on everything I read, Sam Altman. So that's great that you're coming in together. That's a massive group of talent and money. Together, these world-leading technology giants are announcing the formation of StarGate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you're going to hear a lot about it in the future. A new American company that will invest $500 billion at least in AI infrastructure in the United States, and very, very quickly, moving very rapidly, creating over 100,000 American jobs almost immediately. This monumental undertaking is a resounding declaration of confidence in America's potential under a new president. Let me be a new president. I didn't say it, they did.
Thank you, Mr. President. We certainly couldn't do this without you. It would simply be impossible. AI holds incredible promise for all of us, for every American. We've actually been working with OpenAI for a while, and with Masa for a while. The data centers are actually under construction. The first of them are under construction in Texas. Each building's 500,000 square feet. There are 10 buildings currently being built, but that will expand to 20, and other locations beyond the Abilene location, which is our first location. The kind of applications that we're building, to give you an idea, maybe the most charismatic and the one that I think touches us all is electronic health records. Not just maintaining electronic health records, but by looking at electronic health records, understanding the condition of doctors, better understanding the condition of their patients, and being able to provide healthcare plans that are much better than they otherwise would be. A doctor in Indian River Reservation would be able to see how a doctor at Memorial Sloan Kettering would treat the patient, or a doctor at Stanford would treat the patient. We actually provide all of that information, all of that guidance to the doctors who are treating cancer patients or patients with any other kind of disease, made possible by AI. I'm not going to take a lot of time. I'm going to pass it to Masa, but this is a very exciting program for Oracle to be a part of. Thank you. One of the most exciting things we're working on, using the tools that Sam and Masa are providing, is a cancer vaccine. It's very interesting. It turns out, I'll be quick, all of our cancers, cancer tumors, little fragments of those tumors float around in your blood. So you can do early cancer detection. If you can do using AI, you can do early cancer detection with a blood test. And using AI to look at the blood test, you can find the cancers that are actually seriously threatening the person. So we can, again, cancer diagnosis using AI has the promise of just being a simple blood test. Then beyond that, once we gene sequence that cancer tumor, you can then vaccinate the person, design a vaccine for every individual person to vaccinate them against that cancer. And you can make that vaccine, that mRNA vaccine, you can make that robotically, again using AI, in about 48 hours. So imagine early cancer detection, the development of a cancer vaccine for your particular cancer aimed at you, and have that vaccine available in 48 hours. This is the promise of AI and the promise of the future. The police will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording, watching and recording everything that's going on. Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on.